What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another video. Today's video is going to be a topic of discussion about becoming the main character. You know that TikTok sound that's like, you need to start romanticizing your life, you need to imagine yourself as the main character. And what this trend is people take this sound and they put photos and videos of like moments in their lives that I'm guessing or assuming are like highlights or just memories that in the moment they feel like you're living like the main character. The whole message behind it is to pretty much like stop bullshitting, stop putting others before yourself. You need to put yourself and make yourself the #1 priority and start making your dreams happen. Like, no one can do it for you except you. That message to me means a lot because over like the past year or so, I definitely have been on like this self-growing journey, and I'm still on this journey of like discovering like what it is I want to make happen for myself. Like, I at the end of the day am the person in control of my actions and my choices and what paths I want to take in life and where I want to end up and who I want to be around. So that's kind of why like this TikTok sound kind of inspired me with the message behind it to make this video. This is very different than anything I filmed. I don't think I've ever filmed like a sit down talking advice style video ever, but I love talking about this kind of stuff. Like, I am constantly preaching to my friends, you know, manifestation and believing in yourself and just practicing all these things really makes the biggest difference in your life. And why not just make a video preaching it to you guys if you want to listen to it. I feel like a little hippie today. Like, I have my hair down. This is my natural hair going. We got some pretty jewelry on. Speaking of my jewelry, if you guys are wondering, this video is sponsored by Luisa. Hopefully I'm saying that right, by the way. Basically, this company is a small business located in New York, and they have an online shop where they sell tons of jewelry. It's super cute and dainty. They reached out to me and asked if I wanted to work with them, and they let me pick out a few pieces, and I'm going to show you the ones I picked out. The necklace that I'm wearing is called the Astro Coin necklace. It's also reversible. It's from their Kari or Carry line. Not sure if I'm saying that right. This one's going in retail right now for $75. And then the earrings that I picked are these cute little moonstone huggies. So they're a huggy style, so the clasp in the back just kind of connects to the wire, which is super secure, and I don't have to worry about it getting caught in my hair or anything or falling out throughout the day. These are my two favorite pieces. I specifically picked these out because they're super dainty and I feel like they just fit my style of like the moonstone. I'm really into that kind of stuff. And then I also just love the idea of this being reversible. Like, it really can just go either way. And the earrings as well are going in retail right now for about $75. To kind of give you guys a little bit more insight about the company, all of their pieces are tarnish free, so you can get it wet, it can handle going in the shower. Their rings and whatnot, you can handle washing your hands, not having to take them off, because they are made out of such good quality. They're not going to tarnish, and they're actually on their way of becoming a net zero carbon company. With that being said, I'm not the best at speaking science, so I'm gonna have articles and stuff linked down below if you guys want to read more into it. It kind of all ties back to global warming, and the jewelry industry does have some sort of play in global warming and climate change because of the different chemicals and carbon dioxide that's in the metals used to make the jewelry. I like that they kind of take into consideration that, and they're on their way of hopefully using recyclable metal and staying away from all of that. If you guys go to their website and check them out, you'll find that they have all sorts of cute styles for everyone. Out of all their jewelry, they have prices starting anywhere from $39 and going up from there, but you're guaranteed to find something you like, I'm sure. I will have a link down below if you guys want to check out their company and their jewelry some more. You can also shop with my code TatianaG10 and get 10% off your order. Feel free to check them out. Let me know what you think down below. With that all being said, let's go ahead and jump into the topic of discussion of how you guys can become the main character. I'm not gonna lie, I did not create any sort of list or bullet points of what I'm gonna go by. This is for real gonna be like a conversation I'm having with my friend right now. Like, this is very unscripted and from my heart. First things first, setting yourself as the #1 priority. I cannot stress this enough, how important it is to really, you know, evaluate what is it you want before other people's needs. Personally, I used to be such a yes man, and I still am, don't get me wrong. I haven't done a full 180. I'm like 80%-ish there. I was so caught up in this idea and wanting of, you know, to please people and just wanting to make sure everyone like loved me, which is really weird. It kind of ties back to just the image I wanted people to have of me and the idea. Like, I wanted to be seen as like this, you know, really reliable, helpful friend who like is down to do everything. As much as I took pride in it, I also realized how much trouble it got me in. Like, I would just dig myself too deep sometimes and then I'm left crying and feeling miserable, I would just do that all the time. And it's especially hard for me in like the work field. When I first started my first job ever out of high school, they would call me in for shifts that on days when I was supposed to be off, and I would always say yes. I would say yes because I was just so uncomfortable with saying no. I felt like saying no was as equivalent as to like punching someone in the face or spitting on them and telling them like, go screw yourself. Like, I don't know why, like those are two completely different things. So I was always saying yes out of fear of, you know, them hating me or seeing me differently, when really I have a choice at the end of the day, but I just didn't know how to make that. Just like not being able to say no and put my foot down and just stick up for like what it is I felt and what I needed in the moment just really got me into some holes in my life, you know, and that's just one example. Like, there are plenty of others. Being a people pleaser never got me anywhere, and it took me a long time to realize that. I would definitely say more recently I'm learning the beauty of speaking my mind and speaking up and putting my foot down and understanding that it's not okay to let people use you and walk all over you. And that's not to say like it's okay to do favors, but I'm saying like only do something if you really want to do it. Check with yourself first before making a commitment or a decision. Is this something that I really want to do? Like, is this something I'm passionate about? Like, do I want to help out of the kindness of my heart, which is great, or do I want to help because I'm afraid to say no and I don't want them to hate me? Tip number 2 is very given, is to not care what people think or have to say. I know it can be so hard to just do what you want sometimes, because especially with people who are close to you, you might care what they might think, you might care what they have to say. At the end of the day, opinions are opinions. People are gonna think and say what they want at the end of the day, no matter what you do. Like, you can't please everyone. Personally, I've had a history of just being in my mind and caring what people think about me and say about me. Like, I am such an image person. Like, I've always wanted to be like the perfect person. I was just holding myself back all those years, and if that's something I can go back and tell myself a long time ago, is just to get out of your head, get out of other people's head. Which is, if my mom's watching this, she's probably gonna be like, girl, I've been telling you this for years. But like, my mom literally has been preaching this to me, like, get out of other people's heads. Like, who cares? Do what you want. Doesn't matter what anyone else around you is thinking, because people at the end of the day who care about you and love you are gonna support you for what you want to do. Tip number 3, that's 4. Tip number 3, if you have like a specific lifestyle or dream in mind that is very easy to picture, you need to start practicing living that lifestyle now. This kind of relates to manifestation, and you know how you make your dreams reality is you have to start practicing living that lifestyle and being that person that you want to be. You have to believe it emotionally, physically. Like, you have to literally, almost when they say fake it till you make it, fake it till you make it. Kind of take on this role of like your future self that you see yourself being and want to be. Practice doing that now in your current lifestyle and setting, if that makes sense. Take on that role and become that role. Slowly but surely, the life around you is gonna start changing and adjusting to that lifestyle. Again, I'm not the best at speaking science, and it sounds probably kind of weird me saying it like that, but everything in your life starts here, and it's so wild how changing just the tiniest bit of your perspective or idea up here will affect everything you see. Anything is possible. You can literally turn any situation upside down, and you just have to believe in it. It all starts with believing in it and like, you know, truly wanting it for yourself. That's probably like the main message of this video, is like, you want to become the main character, you got to do it. No one else is just gonna snap their fingers and say, here you go, congrats, here's your crown, you made it to the top. It's something that can kind of help you practice any of these things, especially the manifestation part, is making like a life or mood board where you can like cut out pictures that represent your future that you wish to have, and maybe putting it into a collage, or even starting like a journal. I have my own like manifestation journal where I write things down that I want to manifest in my future and that I want to practice. It's very similar to like a gratitude journal, which is another thing. In order to get anywhere in life, you have to start appreciating what you have now. You have to practice gratitude. You have to practice being thankful and being grateful for what you have, because why is the universe or God, you know, gonna grant you these like wishes and blessings if he sees that you're just treating what you have right now as garbage, when really there's someone else who has less than you? Start like a gratitude journal, or like when you wake up before going on your phone and going on TikTok, maybe write in a journal 5 things that you woke up and you're feeling grateful for. Tip number 5, I lost count, I'm terrible. Set routines for yourself. I have taken up the art of setting a routine for literally everything, and I honestly have to thank quarantine for this, because being home for 6 weeks plus honestly led me to becoming like this very structured person that I honestly don't even think my high school self would ever believe I would be. Just finding a routine that made me feel like good and like in touch with myself, if that makes sense. Because I feel like before I was never checking in with how I felt and how I like was doing mentally or physically. Like I was just living the days like nothing. I've set like a morning routine for myself. My night routine is like my key. I like shower, I do my skincare, I have like this lavender spray I put on, and I make sure I'm in bed by like 10:30 and I'm like asleep by 11:30 because I try to make sure I get at least 7 hours minimum of sleep, because that really does have such a big influence on your attitude and your mood. Like you wake up grumpy, and from the moment you wake up you're like filled with negative thoughts and feelings, and that just like ruins your day. Like it doesn't set you up for success. You gotta check in on yourself, guys. It's important. It's very important. I really encourage setting a routine, and like maybe even doing some yoga or meditating is like really good. I feel like I sound like such a hippie saying all this stuff. You would never believe I'm saying any of this now, but like coming from me, like I really started practicing this stuff, and like I have seen maybe not the biggest changes in my life, but just changes that are like good enough for me for what I've been doing right now. And like if I continue this and keep it up, they only get bigger. The sun is setting, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this video with one last tip. Do not compare yourself to others. That is probably your #1 enemy. Comparing your successes to other people's successes will never get you anywhere. It's not gonna get you their successes. It's just gonna bring you down, and it's gonna hold you back. You cannot compare your life to someone else's life. You guys are two different people. Everyone is on their own journey at their own pace. Just look at how many people who are my age who are either married and already have families and kids, and some who are traveling the world and living the single life and figuring it out what it is they want to do with their careers. Everyone is going at a different pace, you know, and you just have to find what path it is that you want to go down. Comparing yourself to others kills you and only you, so just don't even try. And I know it can be hard. If you can try to filter out all those negative influences, like if you're on social media and you see people who do nothing but make you feel like shit about yourself in your life, take them off. Even if they didn't do anything to you, like that's okay to like monitor your own social media and like make sure you're only seeing stuff that like inspires you and makes you feel good. We only are here for like a temporary amount of time, and that's a scary thought to some people. I know for me it's definitely scary to think that like one day like we all won't be here. With that in mind, every day that we have, that we open our eyes and it's a new day, is another day to fulfill. It is what I want. Like what is it you want to do with yourself? What is it you want to be? Like you really can do anything you want with your life. If you really put that into perspective and just sit down and think about it, the fact that like one day we won't be here, is it really worth it? Like to settle? Is it worth it to just be okay with how things are even if you're miserable? Like it's not. Like you can turn around anything you want. You can turn around your whole entire life if you want, but you just have to want it enough to do it, and you have to see the purpose in it and know that you're doing it for you at the end of the day, for no one else. Like everything you do is for you. Try to keep that in mind and maybe practice that, or just like think about that when you get into a fight with someone, when things aren't going so good. Just remember, like everything is temporary. Like our lives are temporary, our pain is temporary, our feelings are all temporary, like our thoughts are temporary. So just make the most of it. Live your life. Don't think anything's impossible, because it's not. You have to hold on to that hope. I always say everything happens for a reason, and I am a big preacher of that. I believe in it 110%. I think there's a reason why, you know, my timeline doesn't match up with a lot of other people's timelines, and I've always questioned like maybe I'm just not cut out for it. Maybe I need to just give up on like what it is that I love and that I want, whatever the excuse is. But everyone's on a different path. Everyone's going at a different pace, and you should never compare yourself to others. The quality of this video is slowly going down. I'm gonna wrap it up. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's different. I'm just sitting here preaching what I love. If you want more videos, maybe like a part 2 to this video, because I do have some other tips and stuff that I want to talk about that I can't get into right now. Let me know if you want to see it. Again, a big thank you to Anna Luisa for sponsoring this video. Again, I will have the links down below to their website, and you can shop with my code Tatiana G to get 10% off your order. You can check out these cute moonstone huggies, or this cute astro coin necklace that's reversible. Super adorable everyday jewelry. I'm all for it. Thank you for watching. If you made it to the end, hopefully you were able to take away something, or maybe feel like a little bit inspired. Love you guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.